Hey all, hope you're doing well. This is Rhythm Shift coming back again with another toy review. Today I'm taking a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphing Z Putty. Now, this is a figure that I've been waiting for quite some time. I started collecting the Power Rangers Lightning Collection early in this year, I think. I think I started getting these early this year. And we're in August now, and at the time the putties were hard to get because I guess a lot of people want to army build this character, which is understandable. So what I had to do is I had to put an order in on Big Bad Toy Store, and I've been waiting patiently for them to come back in stock again. And recently I got the notification from Big Bad Toy Store, BBTS, that these have hit my pile of loot. So along with I've already reviewed the Green Ranger that I got, I've already reviewed the Black Ranger, so now I'm reviewing the Z Putties, and I'll be interested to see what these guys are like because I haven't actually owned these before. But let's see what's going on. So on the box you've got the standard Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection packaging. It just says Mighty Morphing Z Putty at the bottom. You've got a profile picture of the putty just like you would have with the regular Rangers, which folds around to the side. On the back of the box you've got a nice picture of a putty there with the explosion effectors, because when they hit the Z they exploded on the show. And he's also got a energy effect on his fist. You know, he looks pretty miserable, looks like a putty. I mean, he's basically just here to get his ass kicked. So but then again, it depends what type of world you're building with these Power Rangers. I prefer my stories to be a bit more adult and serious, so I think these putties are going to be a real threat in my world at least. He looks good in the packaging. You can see most of his accessories, apart from the energy effect. The energy effect is hidden behind the portrait shot, but if you're a mint on box collector, nothing is falling out. It's all packaged very securely. So let's get him open and take a look at what's going on inside. So, just gently cut the tape. That's done. So the packaging is, as I said, just like all the other figures, nothing different here. Just opening the box and get him out. So he seems to come with two alternate fists too. Alright, here we go, that's not bad. So here's the Z Putty in his clamshell. So what we see is we get, it's like a harness type of thing where the energy effect goes on, which is interesting. He's got two extra hands at the top there and the energy effect for his hand. So let's get the putty himself out. Now what I like already, straight from the jump, is the face sculpt. The face sculpt is pretty awesome, look at that. I mean, he looks pretty miserable. Yeah, ooh, that stupid noise they used to make. Yeah, it's a putty. Now, he seems to have the same body as the regular Rangers, except a few changes. So, obviously the head is different. Head's a new part. The body seems to be the same shape as the male Rangers, right down to the torso. But the Rangers have got their belts with their power morphers on the belt buckle and stuff. But you can see the way the torso is shaped is the same. He has different kneecaps which have Z symbols on them, which is interesting, and different boots. Articulation wise, same again. You can look, it's all going to be very stiff because this is a brand new figure. Left, right, somewhat up, not too much, but no, actually you can go far further than I thought. You can get a real look up there, and you can look down too. Shoulders rotate at the shoulder, 360. He's got a butterfly joint, so you can swing the arms in and out. It's nice. Upper bicep cut. Double hinged elbows, which is great. Get that nice deep bend. Rotation at the lower arm. Just had to break that joint in, so you can rotate at the lower arm there. Turn his wrists in. There's no hinge on the wrists because these are kind of like clay hands, which is really cool sculpt actually. And the same on the other hand. It's got no wrist articulation, but that's fine. Upper torso cut, which allows the rotation there, and to swing back somewhat and forward somewhat. On top of that, he has actual ab crunch cut, which allows a deep bend and a large leaning back like that. So that's going to be great for back breaker moves or something like that. No lower waist cut. You can move up on the legs forward that much. You can't really kick back very far because the sculpt with the bottom hinders it. Splits wise, you can go that far, which is cool. And he has an upper thigh cut there. Double hinged knees, which is great. Look how deep that bend is. It's great. And he has an lower leg boot cut rotation. You can bend his feet forward and back, and he has some pivot. Now that's the articulation. I think that's great. Sculpt wise, I think this guy looks really, really cool. I mean, his hands really are great. He's got like a sort of if any of you have ever seen any of the Marvel Legends Thing figures, it usually has the sculpted stony texture in there. These Lightning Collection putties have that same kind of texture going on in their hands, which is great. I love sculpted detail on figures. And yeah, he looks pretty cool. Let's get him in a sort of pose. Yeah, that looks like a pretty cool figure. Let me pan down a bit. Zoom in a bit. That is a really cool looking figure to me. And then he takes a dive. That is a really cool looking figure. Let's put him on a rotation. Yeah, I'm happy with how that looks. Yeah, I'll just let the image talk for the moment. So he comes with some accessories. Let's take a look at some of these. He has two alternate hands. And the alternate hands seem to be in clenched. No, one's actually got a grip, one's a fist. So let's take a look at this. Right, so the alternate hands, so the original hand, the right hand is gripping hand, but he comes with a right fist too, for punching. The left hand is a sort of grabbing hand. This is a gripping hand, so you could actually hold a weapon in this, I suppose. This is for seizing someone by the throat, you know. So those hands, let's see how they interchange, if it's easy to come off. Yes, very easy to come off. So the pin looks like this, and that's like that. So it's not like the regular Lightning Collection Power Ranger hands. It's a slightly different pin, but very easy to slide off and to put a new hand on. So this is the fist. So what's great about this is that if you're going to army build these putties, you can have them with different hands to make them look somewhat different, so they're not just all looking all the same. So I think that's a great option to be able to change the hands out. And this is the age of army building, at least for me. As I said on previous videos, as a child, getting toys was a rare occurrence. So if you was going to get a toy, you usually went to get a new one. So army building wasn't really something that was possible in my childhood. But now I'm an adult. Oh hell yeah, army building all the way. So here he is. What else does he come with? Let's take a look. He comes with an energy effect, which is I believe this goes over his hand, so you can be doing like a Ken from Street Fighter Shoryuken with fire on his fist. You know, Shoryuken. You can do that. It's pretty cool. Slides on the fist, and I don't really remember the putties having this kind of because the putty would always jump and do that punch. Yeah, I don't remember seeing them using the energy effects on their fists in the show. But I haven't watched the whole show. I've only watched like season 1 and some of season 2, so maybe I missed those episodes. But it fits very well. It's cool. You could put it on a Ranger if you wanted to, probably as well. So that's that. He has one more accessory, which is the energy effect of when he gets hit by a ranger and he explodes. So it looks like this, pretty cool. And this is how it looks on the back. And this reminds me of He-Man's harness from the vintage Masters of the Universe toy line, the original He-Man. It reminds me of his harness. But this will go over the body of the Putty, and it will very easily actually just clip on and go like that. And he looks like he's just been hitting the Z portion of his chest and is about to explode, which is great if you want to do toy photography or dioramas. You can have him looking like that. Let me give this guy a stand. I just gave him a stand there. And this is how he'll look. He looks really cool. I mean, that harness part fits on very well. Very secure. But he just doesn't want to stand up for some reason. There we go, got him standing now. So that's how he looks with the hit effects when you punch him in the chest. So you could have I've got Tommy here. You could have him punching him in the Z part, and that will trigger the explosion like it did in the show. So that's pretty cool. I like that. See, that kind of looks dynamic in terms of when you're doing toy photography, you kind of want to tell a story with your scenes. So this will be great for, as I said, toy photography or diorama building. You can really do some nice stuff with this. And let's get that more dynamic angle. There. You can really tell a story with these toys now. So yeah, that's a really cool touch. I like that a lot. So that pretty much covers it for the Putty. Hold on. Let me get Billy to do something different here. For fun. Because that's what these toys are all about at the end of the day. If you're not having fun, then you're not really getting the point of these things. So you can have Billy striking the Putty in the Z symbol there with his power lance, and that's great. Exactly what I'd want from these. Let's get him on a rotation once more. So that covers it. There's the Hasbro Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection Z Putty. As I said, I got this guy from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sure if they've still got them in stock, but they're doing them for regular retail price rather than you having to pay, again, extortionate aftermarket prices, because these Z Putties are very popular because people do like to army build them. And last time I checked, they had them in on bigbadtoystore.com. I'm not sure if they've got them on Hasbro Pulse UK. They may have, so it might be worth checking there as well. But otherwise, these are great little army builder figures, and if you've got a decent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning collection, such as I've been amassing myself, these really fit in, because it's good to have an army of these for the Rangers to fight. And then also it'd be nice to have some boss figures like I know King Sphinx and Pumpkin Rapper on the market. I haven't picked those up yet, but they might be on my shopping list very soon. So yeah, I'm very happy with this, and I like the way this Lightning collection is shaping up. Hasbro's doing a great job. The articulation's on point. The price point is very if you find these figures at retail, the price point is very fair. And the figures themselves are well sculpted and they've got great articulation. So there's my review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Z Putty. I'd give this a solid 8 or a 9 out of 10. Solid 8 or a 9, because it's a good figure. I can't really fault it in any way, and it helps to complete my Power Rangers scenes. So yeah, I hope that review's been helpful, and as always, I hope you enjoy it, and it's on to the next one. Take care for now. Okay, so that concludes my review of the Hasbro Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection Putty figures, or should I say the Z Putties. So all in all, these figures are really great, and as you can see, they really start to come to life when you have more than one of them, when you army build them. So I've got a little scene here of Trini battling some Z putties, and you know, she looks like she's being overwhelmed, which is a great thing to be able to do, especially if you're into diorama building. If you want to create action scenes for your toy photography, it really does help to have quite a few of these putties. So I'd really recommend them. And as I said, articulation is great, the sculpt is great, the accessories are great. I can't really ask for more from these figures. They do look really cool, especially when you've got them in a action scene such as the one I'm displaying here. Now there is one thing I did notice about these putties, which I just mentioned, as I didn't really notice it before, but when I look at them, if you look at the face, it does tend to look a lot like the DC Universe character Darkseid. If we get it, because it's got the same head sort of shining through this sort of hood, with really crusty skin and red eyes. So I wonder if they took, when they were making the Super Sentai show, if they took inspiration from the DC Universe character Darkseid. I think they probably did, and you can really see it when you have these figures in hand. You know, the sculpting really shows that to be the case. But there's nothing new under the sun, you know. So it's not a problem. I mean, everything is inspired by something else. So I just thought it was really cool, and something that I thought looked pretty good. So yeah, these figures, I'd give them 9 out of 10. They're really good. I couldn't really ask for more. Yeah, so that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this review and it's helped you make up your mind if you want to invest in these figures. As I said, I picked these up from BigBadToyStore.com, and I was able to get these for regular retail price. I think they might at the moment be back up on Hasbro Pulse. I'm not sure, but you might want to check there, because the aftermarket prices on eBay for these were a little bit steep, which is why I wanted to be patient and wait till I could get them for a much more affordable price. So with that concludes the review, and I hope it's been entertaining and enjoyable and informative, and yeah, entertaining, enjoyable, informative, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, take care for now.